Good morning, y'all. Happy Sunday. This week has been super busy. I have had meetings for work. We're in that time of year, getting towards the end of the school year, where it's just like meeting central. So I had to get all of the paperwork done for those. I had my meetings, scheduled some more, and then I just had a bunch of assignments for my own master's classes. So super busy week, kind of a very boring get stuff done week. So taking today to mentally reset, physically reset. My room has become an absolute mess because I've just been so busy, but no Sunday is complete without a matcha. So I'm going to make a little matcha latte. I already made my cold foam, which you guys probably saw in the clip before this. It's cold foam on the top and then it's liquid on the bottom. I don't think I mixed it for long enough, but that's okay because it's gonna taste the same and it tastes really good. I am using the Emma Chamberlain coffee vanilla matcha. I just ran out of the regular matcha and I definitely need to order again. I don't know if I'm gonna get from Chamberlain coffee or if I'm going to get from a different one, but I actually really like this. It's a really good flavor, it's a really good color, and it is organic Japanese matcha powder, and I think it's like certified ceremonial, which I don't actually know if that matters or not, but it sounded like it did when I bought it. But the vanilla matcha is not my favorite. I definitely prefer the regular matcha, but I still have a lot of this left before it's done, so I'm gonna wait until I use a little bit more of this and then order another one so I'm not wasting my matcha. I just do 2 kind of bigger scoops and then a third smaller scoop, and then just look to see how I'm feeling, if that's enough powder, if I think I need more. I tried to use the scale, and I do use the scale later for my hot water and for my milk, but for some reason my scale just doesn't pick up the fact that I've put matcha powder in it, probably because it's so light. But I don't know, maybe I'm using the scale wrong. Who knows? It's okay. All right, and I'm gonna grab some hot water. I'm gonna finish making this and then I will see you guys after. Okay, that's really hard to do with one hand. Oh, my cold foam is stuck in the bowl. Ah. New location. Not new location unlocked because you guys have been in here before, but in the bathroom, I am going to put on another one of my eye masks. It's been a while since I had put one on. I honestly didn't really feel like it made much of a difference. I think I just kind of naturally have tired looking eyes. Like I always, even if I get 8 hours of sleep, I kind of just always have darker circles under my eyes. So I don't know, we'll see. I really fight with this packaging. It gets all over. But I keep them in the fridge because that's what it said to do on the package for better results. So we'll see. Maybe I just need to be more consistent about wearing them to actually notice a result. They do kind of also bother me a little bit because I am really sensitive around my eyes. Like I don't like when things touch my eyes. I don't like when things get in my eyes. Like I can't get them out. I'll just sit in there blinking, hoping that it comes out. I cannot put my fingers in my eyes. Thank goodness that I don't need to wear contacts because that would be brutal. Okay, those are on. Leave those on for 30 minutes, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 30 minutes or until the gel turns clear. Maybe that was my problem last time. These are really, I'm not used to these. Last time I don't think that I kept them on for until it turned clear. I think I just took them off too early. So maybe that was my problem. But let's see, what else do I have going on today? I have to finish up a couple of assignments that I didn't get to finish yesterday. Normally I reserve Saturdays for homework to try and just knock any of the homework that I didn't get done during the week done on Saturday, so then I can have all day Sunday to just do what I need to do to get ready for the week and then kind of chill, because I do think it's very important to give yourself at least a day to just not be going 100% of the time. But I went to a St. Patty's Day get together at my uncle's house yesterday, so I didn't have all day to do my assignments and I slept in and all of that. So I came home and finished one assignment, started on another, so I didn't have to do it all today. So now I just need to do the write-up for an assignment, and then I need to finish reading a couple of chapters in my textbook for one of my augmentative alternative communication class, AAC class, which I love. I think communication is so important. I am a huge, like, in my classroom, it is communication central. We have low tech, we have high tech, we have all of the things to help students communicate functionally and beyond that. So I've really been enjoying this class. So I need to finish up, I think, 2 chapters in the textbook for class today. And then I just need to finish the write-up for another assignment, like I just said, and I should be done. I was supposed to have a group project meeting this afternoon, but I think we have to reschedule it. A couple of my group members are sick because the flu, which I had it a few weeks ago, the flu is still going around really badly in elementary schools. So I think we're gonna have to reschedule that, which honestly I might prefer, because we are a little bit ahead. I think we're a week or 2 ahead on that assignment, and I really want to try this week and next week to get back ahead. I kind of fell behind. I needed to get an extension a couple weeks ago for my classes, and then that kind of just threw my whole rhythm off. I've never had to get an extension on anything. I've never turned anything in late. Turning something in late for me is turning it in the day it's due. Especially in undergrad, like I had things turned in days before the due date, just because that's how I worked, and I can get very anxious about things. So just staying super organized and super on top of, if not ahead of the assignments that I have, really just helps me be able to mentally be able to sit down and do everything that I have going on. And of course, in undergrad, I wasn't working full time. I had student teaching days, but they were separate days from when I had my classes. And my classes, I was able to get work done because my professors were really understanding that, we are student teaching 3 days a week. The other 2 days a week, we're in class for 8 hours a day. So I was able to stay really on top of things. And now that I'm teaching full-time 5 days a week, and I'm in charge of paperwork, and I'm in charge of progress monitoring, and I really want to do those things well, and those are my top priorities. I'm also on the leadership team for my school, so it's just there are some weeks when school and my assignments kind of have to take a back burner for work and for my students, and that's always going to be the way it is. Like, I'm never going to not put my students first, even if it means I have to kind of stress myself out a little bit on the weekend to catch up on my assignments. But anyway, short story long, I am going to Scotland in a few weeks to visit my best friend Bella, who lives over there now. And my mom and I are going. We're going to spend a week over there, and it aligns with the spring break for. My phone stopped recording in the middle of me talking. Maybe that was a sign that I needed to shut up. But what was I talking about? Okay, I'm going to Scotland to visit my best friend, and it doesn't align with the spring break for my master's. So I have assignments that are due while I'm over there, and I am not going to be spending time that I could be spending with my friend and with my mom exploring, honestly, my favorite place in the world. Like, I absolutely love Scotland. I love every city that I've been to in Scotland. I love every city that I've been to in the UK, and just the environment, the atmosphere, everything that you can see, the history. I am a huge history buff, and it is genuinely my favorite place in the world. So I'm not going to be spending hours doing assignments when I could be spending hours exploring or showing my mom things that I really like, because my mom, she hasn't been to Scotland in like 10 or 11 years, something like that, and she's never been to the cities in Scotland that we're going to. So I want to just be fully present and fully there and not spend a bunch of time doing homework. So I need to this week start getting ahead on my assignments. So this week is a pretty, not a super light week, but a light enough week at work and school that I can kind of overload and do this week's assignments and next week's assignments. So then next week I am doing 3 weeks from now's assignments. I hope that makes sense. That makes sense in my head, and it makes sense like when I write it down in my planner. I know exactly what I need to do to be ahead, so by the time I get to my spring break and I'm going abroad, I don't have to worry about my classes. So yeah, that is the plan for this upcoming week. But again, I need to get through the assignments that I need to finish up and turn in today. So I'm gonna do that, try and get those done, and then do a super, super quick, like 30-minute reset on my room. I need to dust, I need to vacuum, and yeah, that's honestly pretty much it. So I'm gonna drink this and get started, work on my assignments, and go about my day. Hi, from future me. I realized that I never actually finished this video. I don't know what happens to me on Sundays, but at the end of the day, I just get super into whatever I'm doing and I completely forget that my phone exists. I actually put my phone up on my bookshelf when I was doing my assignments and then genuinely totally forgot that it was there until hours later, and I had already finished doing everything. So then I just pretty much ate dinner and went to bed. But yeah, it was a really good weekend. It was a really productive Sunday. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope to catch you guys in the next one. Bye.